Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming out here. It's Tuesday, the 29th of April, winding down the month. As always on Tuesday, Brian Bitler. Matt Fargo joining me for some NBA playoff action. We got Bucks and Pacers, Pistons and Knicks, Clippers, Denver on the docket for today. But before we get to that, hit the like button here in the Winner Circle YouTube channel so you know when we roll out the NBA. Perhaps Major League Baseball, maybe that Hall of Fame game at the end of July for the NFL. Man, end of July. Whoosh. Leave a comment about NFL in July, number one. And then also all these NBA picks. Who do you like? Side total? Maybe you got a player prop you like today. Maybe you're like, you know what? Screw the NBA. Where's the hockey? We got hockey on gamblersworld.net. That's where you go for the hockey. Premium action. And premium action in the NBA, Major League Baseball. Though these again, free picks here. We go 2-1 yesterday in the NBA show on the free pick side of things. You want our best bets from Brian, Matt, and myself, or any of the other dozen cappers at gamblersworld.net? That is where you go for our best bets. Now, NBA, I mentioned playoffs in full swing. 279. 279. You get a capper all of their NBA picks. And I say this all the time. That's a great deal, but the 30-day all-inclusive, that is, I think, the best value and your best bet, literally and figuratively. All sports included. Baseball, hockey, NBA, WNBA, golf, Kentucky Derby write-ups. Whatever the guy's going to put in the little brackets, it's all in the 30-day, it's all in the 7-day, it's all in the 3-day. They're guaranteed. We win over that time or we credit you back. Listen, folks, you're watching the video on YouTube. You've seen plenty of jokers come in after like a week run and be like, look at this, join my Discord. I've been hot for 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. Yeah, we got about 80 years right here between us three young, and we're like the younglings. We're like the young Jedi. We're like the little babies in a bunch here. We're like little hatchlings. All right. You know, a 3-day stretch is great. Do it for 30 days, do it for 6 months, do it for a year, do it for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Then you come hang out with us on the gamblersworld.net page. Now, gentlemen, good to see you. We're going to start here with Bri. How's the weekend, Bri? What do you got going on here on a Tuesday? Mr. Bitler, by the way, the Bucks and the Pacers is your game today. Big dog here from Milwaukee. It's 8. Makes sense. It was like 5-6 before. Dame's gone. Nobody comes over to drag this guy off the court. I guess it kind of tells you how they feel about him. They're not really a lover of him, or maybe they're just giving up on the season. You know, a total of 222.5. This is a free pick for you, Brian. But let's be honest, you're number 3 in the NBA money for the season, doing pretty well overall. Number 2, nice little run for you. How was the weekend? What do you got going on today? I see you got a couple packages up, and tell us what you think about your Bucks-Pacer matchup here on a Tuesday night.
Well, to start it off yesterday, I was 2-1. I thought I was going to be 3-0, but the Tampa Bay Lightning, 1 second I look, it's 2-1, and then I look back and it's a 4-2 final. I was like, what the hell happened? But hit the best bet titanium play on the Houston Rockets just barely by the skin of my teeth. So I'm ready to go into today. Now, if we look at this Milwaukee Bucks Indiana Pacers game, I'm going to take the Bucks plus the points. Pacers have covered 3 of the 4 matchups. And I like to take a look at a team when they lose one of their superstars to bounce back and at least cover in the next game. We saw the Pacers take it to them 117-98. And then in the next game, Bucks played a little bit better, only lost that 123-115. I just think too many people are expecting the Bucks to just lay down here. And I think getting 7.5, 8 points, I think that's where I want to be. I think it's a 2-possession win here for the Pacers. But I think with that 7.5 points, you get the cover.
Brian Bitler liking the dog, Milwaukee Bucks. And again, this line's come up a little bit, 7.5, 8. People are probably buying onto that, which is why the line's moving up here with Indiana. This is Brian's free pick here for the video. You can get his best bets, as always, gamblersworld.net. I see he's got a game of the year going in the NBA. Not just, again.
First round game of the year tonight in the NBA. So make sure you guys check it out. My best bet titaniums plays, which that is one of them, 17-3, last 28, 85%. So hopefully I can keep that streak. I don't want to jinx myself by talking about it, but
No, that's why I
Hopefully.
got to talk about it. You can't talk about it. That's what. Let me say it, that way it doesn't jinx you. And you also got hockey up, and he's the number one hockey cat. Bryce putting it, making everybody else's job harder. Matt Fargo, this guy Bitler. We got to take him off the air here. It's making us try to win more. It's hard enough to win at like a 55%. This guy's just cruising along even better than that, making us
Baseball's
look bad.
paying me back though, Sean. So I got to catch up in baseball. I'm probably hitting like 38%.
That's early though. That's early. But again, we're dog guys anyway, so that doesn't hurt us. I mean, that's 3-3. All of a sudden, that's 3-3 for us is like a 5-3, and we start chipping away. So, Matt, what do you think about Bucks and the Pacers here?
I tend to agree with the line value for sure. The first 2 games were -6, -4.5. Is Milwaukee going to show up? I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I think Indiana can easily just roll this game right now. I think the line value is on Milwaukee, definitely. Can they step up? Are they still, invested in it? I don't know.
It's again, like you said, the games 1 and 2 were in the 5-6 range.
Right.
They go on the road. They're a dog there. It is a tough one. I saw stuff on the Twitter sphere about Giannis leaving the Bucks after this season. Is he a free agent, or are they going to trade him? Or is it an option? What is that?
I don't. I think he's a free agent, isn't he? Maybe I'm not 100% sure, but I saw the same stuff. So, if that guy's not invested in tonight's game, like.
He signed an extension in 2020, which includes an option for 25 and 26. So that would be this. Would that be this season or next season? That'd be next season.
That's next season.
Yeah.
But again, if he's got an option, then maybe they deal him. You never know. Anyway, that's a whole nother NBA free agency is a whole nother wackadoodle. There's not enough. I don't want to talk about that now. I don't even understand that. We have Bert. And listen, let me get back on track here. So just delete the last 30 seconds about this free agency. Milwaukee Bucks +8, official pick from Brian Bitler here. Again, this is Brian's free pick here. His best bets are at Gamblers World on that, including a NBA Game of the Year. He's got a titanium play, and he's got a hockey play. He's number 1 in hockey for the season. He's number 3 in the NBA. He's number 2 on the year total money.
Let me add one more thing to this Bucks Pacers. I was just sitting here thinking about it. With Oklahoma City Thunder and the Memphis Grizzlies, everybody thought the Grizzlies were just going to lay down. They were down 0 games to 3. Morant out with that injury. But, they made a game of that and almost pulled off a miraculous upset. So I don't think the Bucks are going to upset the Pacers, but I think they're going to keep it respectable here.
But you're also down at home. Here they're on the road in this one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It is a tricky spot. We've seen some. Hello, how about the Magic? Right, we've seen the Magic battle, and then we saw the Miami Heat last night.
Can we talk about the Miami Heat for a little bit?
Oh, I got a messages about that. I had a video saying the Miami Heat were going to keep it competitive. The guy wrote me trashing me after the game, but
I didn't know it is what it is. Like I had the Heat in Game 3, right? They could keep it competitive, and they didn't. Is Spo really this good of a coach? Is he really this good? He's won what, 2 titles with 3 Hall of Famers, right? He's been in the play-in tournament for 4 straight years, and he can't get his team up for 2 games at home. You're down 83-38.
Yeah, it was
sorry.
terrible.
It's the product in the NBA right now is unwatchable. It's unreal.
This is the playoffs. These are the best teams, by the way.
They're supposed to be, right.
They want playing, and we need more teams in the play. They want more playing games.
Right.
Oh, Nuggets Clippers the other night was good with that lay-in at the last possible second, and
but that's not a
Lakers.
playing team.
Oh, there's been some great series. Don't get me wrong. Oh, for sure. But some of these,
I agree.
The best player on the Heat is Tyler Herro, and the guy was a 6th man 2 years ago, and now he's your best player.
Yeah, I had nothing invested in that game last night. I was watching actually Panthers Lightning game. I don't even bet hockey. I was watching because I love playoff hockey. I'm like, oh, let me check the NBA score. The first score I saw was 83-30. I'm like, this can't be right.
I think I saw 35-8, and I'm like, oh,
good Lord.
Listen, don't get me started on the NBA.
Okay. So my point was, is Coach Sproul a good coach because he has won, consecutive titles with that team, or is it just because he has talent around him and he can't get another team to buy into what he does?
Who brings the players in?
Riley, right? I don't know.
I mean, when they beat the Bulls and the Hawks, it was like, well, you got Sproul there. He's the coach. And I could see him against worse teams being a difference maker. Like he's, having edge over some coaches and bad teams. But the separation, I mean, we see this with these teams. I mean, just blowouts after blowouts between the top seeds and these bottom teams.
Yeah, and it's like the Bucks coach got fired after winning a championship 2 years ago. Yeah. Malone got fired this year, winning a championship 2 years ago, gone. But Spo could keep his job after that debacle.
I think it's more than they got to do the whole roster shuffle anyway. And where are you going with that? Who are you building around down there?
No, exactly, yeah.
Who? Right. I mean, who? I don't know. Bam. I mean, how old is he now? I mean, this is a league based on we got to draft 19-year-olds because they have length. I mean, like, who are you building around that team?
Mm-hmm. They're tough. They're stuck in that conundrum where they're just barely made the playoffs, so the lottery position is not going to be that good. So they're just stuck being a mediocre team for a couple.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. 4 years in a row where they've been in the play-in tournament, right around 8 to 10 seed, and they can't get a really good pick.
I know they want teams to keep their young players, right? So the teams free, you draft a young superstar, you go somewhere else. They do everything they can to keep superstars, but with teams they draft them. I kind of get that. I understand. But you can't lure anybody to Miami. It's Miami. I mean, forget about it. It's like going to tax. I mean, like the taxes alone puts millions of dollars. And in these guys' cases, tens of millions of dollars in your pocket.
Where would you want to be in the wintertime? In Minnesota or playing in Miami? For me, I'd rather play in Miami. But
I'll play Miami. I like to go to Miami. You need big money to live in Miami. That's why you're an NBA player. I mean, come on. And especially your 20s in Miami. Is that a joke? Maybe it's bad news. Probably not a good spot for a 23-year-old. But to be honest,
I was just going to say it's probably bad.
Probably not a good spot 23 in the summer. Probably not a good spot to be.
Right.
Oh, it's spring break. Yeah, a great time. I'm going to go to the beach because 22-year-olds. Yeah, where are you going? I'm going to the beach today. Yeah, turned in a great game tonight. Try not to wear yourself out in the ocean. Anyway, we're going to go off the rails at some point to show people, whether it be on food or Chip talking about God knows what Chip's going to bring up, but we're just talking about Miami and some bad basketball. GamblersWorld.net for the premium stuff. There is no free-for-all on the GamblersWorld.net. Straight picks, winners for you there. Now, game number 2 here, Matt. Detroit and the Knicks. Definitely 2 places in the winter. It could be a little sloppy where, not fun. Pistons catching 5.5, a 2-14 from the Knicks. This series, I think, could have been sweeps either way. I think it's been competitive. All right. This number to me, I'm sign me up for the Pistons here. I like the points. Like I just said, I think I thought this would be a 6-game series to start. It's really kind of looked to me where it should be there anyway. The way the teams have played against each other. I know we'll hear about refs and this and that from fans of the fan bases and stuff like that, but I don't think that makes a difference for tonight. I like the points here, but your game, your free pick. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm with the Pistons as well. Like I think like you said, the last 2 games could have gone either way. can't blame the refs. Whatever, it happens. But
we lead.
yeah, I mean, they stole. I think the Knicks stole both games, and the fact that they're favored by 7 and what is it, 6.5? I think in game 2. Now they're only getting 5.5. Public will be all over New York here, and I think Detroit. They're a gritty bunch, and I think they get it done tonight. I think you can stay with the number and steal one more in New York and head it back to Detroit for one more.
Matt Fargo says to take the Pistons 5.5, and the fact that this line has not moved, and
right, and honestly, the fact I'm sorry to interrupt. The fact you brought up the refs, that's a big thing, and it could have gone either way. And then the game before, the backcourt call, whatever it was. This game could be, or the series could be 3-1 Detroit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm definitely taking almost 2 possessions with the Pistons tonight.
Yep. I agree 100%. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, that was going to be my first line, and Matt took that right from me. 3-1 series lead could easily be the Detroit Pistons here if you watched all the games. Even that game 123 to 112, at one point the Pistons had a huge lead and took a big comeback. If you look at the last 3, 100 to 94, 118, 116, 94 to 93. So to me, I have to take the 5.5 points here with the Detroit Pistons. And I think if you wait until close to tip, I think you'll get a better number. So I'll take Detroit.
That'll be the telltale there. If it goes up, although I don't know, man. I think the little wise guys, the sharper side, might come in and take the points there. I'd really be shocked if this goes to 6. I think people are going to take the Pistons. I don't know. I'm with the Pistons. I'm good.
I don't think the sharp sides are going to be coming in late. I think they already took what they want. I think public will be all over New York, and we could get it 6. I think.
Yeah. Official show.
I see a -5, -115 right now. So we at Bet Online. So yeah, we could hit 6. I think.
I might sprinkle a little bit on the money line too, just because I think the Pistons are due for a game that they have. They get all the lucky breaks at the end. So.
Well, yes, and I was going to say that here. If you like the Pistons, forget the 5.5. They're going to win the game, whether it's going to be by a bucket or 2. The 5.5 is nice because if it's a Knick win, I don't think the number matters. I think it'll be like an 8-point win. The win kind of going away, and it's close, but then all of a sudden it's an 8-9 point game, and you're just missing out by a bucket or something like that. So probably the safer play. I don't know if you could say it's a safer play where you're just taking a money line dog, but I think that would be a good bet there because I think they win outright anyway. So we're taking a 5.5 because we think they're going to be competitive and win this game. So official pick though, we're taking a 5.5 with Matt Fargo, who is on a 6-1 NBA run. So heed his thoughts on this game and the Pistons plus 5.5. And I just looked. He doesn't have anything up right now, but I'm sure he'll be adding some today. No, man.
I will. I will very shortly. Yes.
There we go. It's still early in the day as we do the videos here, so be sure to get Matt's best bet today. Again, 6-1 NBA run, and he tells you to take the Detroit Pistons here in the second game of Tuesday night. Final game of the evening. Yours truly, the guy with the best hair on the panel, or second best hair to Brian, I guess. Clippers and Denver going at it here. Here we go. We got a Clippers, a 2-point favorite here. I'm taking the Clippers, and I'm going to go money line here. I'm not going to waste time here. Then I like the Clippers all series. I've been on them. I lost the other day when they were like 6-point faves at home. Forget about the way that game ended. Tough loss. If it was a absolute next day kind of thing, maybe you're a little down in the dumps. There is no rest for the weary here. You are on the road off of that tough loss. Denver's going to feel a little pumped up like we're back in this thing. If the Clippers are for real, because there's a lot of hype on the Clippers now, right? Clippers are going to run it. Watch out. The Kawhi. If this team is for real, this is a huge – it's a must-win game anyway. But coming off the way they lost, that last second kind of thing here, you don't want to give Denver and Joker any kind of little added boost in momentum here. So I think it's a big game for them in that sense of the word. the fact that they're favored also tells me. It doesn't tell me. It tells me, what are we thinking here, right? Why are they favored as opposed to the way that whole game went down? You were down at home big. You rallied. You lost late on a crazy play with no time on the clock, and yet you're favored? When Murray finally has a good game and looks like he's healthy, now you're favored? Looks a little odd. Scratch my head a little bit, but I'm going to go Clippers minus the 130 here. Matt Fargo, thoughts?
I like it. The fact they're favored, you're exactly right. They were +3, +1 the first two games. I had Denver in Game 4. It was looking pretty good for a while, and then I'm swatting it out. Like, don't go to overtime. And it was one of those games where it almost came down to it. Like, oh, not again. And you bring up a point about how the Clippers are playing so good. They really have been. Their two losses over the last 14 games are by 5 points combined. So, yeah, and I think I brought it up earlier in the week about how they're in the situation now where they have Kawhi Leonard be able to play every game because they have rest. And that's a huge deal for them. And Denver at home is great, but they're not the same Denver at home that it has been in the past couple years. So, yeah, give me the Clippers all day. The line reeks, and I like it.
Matt Fargo agrees with me on the Clippers. Is Brian going to make it a trifecta here with L.A. small fave over Denver?
Well, for me, I got a premium on the side, but as far as the total goes, in that Game 4, I really didn't want overtime because I had the under, and I knew that I'd probably be screwed in overtime. But I'm going to go right back to the under. All four games have cashed under. This is the smallest total that we've seen, but I think it's the first 3 to 100 takes this game. Now, if we get overtime, then I'll be screwed on this under, but I think it'll go under again for the 5th time in a row in the series.
Yeah, and game 1 opened at 225, and now we're at a 208.
Is it funny? 225, 217, 213, 211. Now we're 208. Yeah, let's go under. I love it. You're right.
Bonus play on the under. We all seem to enjoy that one as well. So you get a little bonus.
That's the NBA I missed, though, Sean, is the defensive lower scoring games like this one. So
and it's crazy because all these games, not just this series, but every series that came out, the line opened at one thing, it automatically moved like a point or two. And by the game 3 or 4, it's down like 5, 8 points. Just crazy moves. And it just, which is almost kind of mind-boggling when you think about it. The way these teams play all season long, and then in the postseason, they're letting Anthony Edwards like literally push LeBron up the court. Like literally 2 hands shove the guy and there's no foul called. Like, I'm all for aggressive, little harder-nosed defense, but they're really letting these cats go at it in every game. They're like, whatever. Who knows what was said, but I like it a little better. I know people want to just see threes raining. That's not entertaining. There's no skill in that. Oh, what's a skill? You could shoot with nobody in your face? That's not a skill. I should go into be able to hit a 32-footer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you play. Really? I can make a three. I don't know if I can run back down the other side, but I can make a 3-pointer.
I totally agree with you. I want the NBA from 20 years ago. That was real basketball. Because
you have to. I want to see a play drawn up to win a game. I want to see guys make plays and not just dribble, step back, fall away. That's not a basketball play. A basketball is you're going to do that and drive and then kick it out. Drive and kick it out. Drive to the basket, try to get a foul. That's a whole nother. At least we're getting some competitive games. Let's be honest. The playoffs have been good. Even the OKC blowouts, we did have a couple competitive ones after that. All in all, you have to be happy with the NBA playoffs this year. They've been a good watch. Better than what I thought it would be, considering that some of these teams are really bad. High 35-8 Miami Heat. Anyway. All right, there you go. $69.99 for a day pass, which again for me not good today. I got a 3-pack of MLB up today, one package. Brian Bitler's case, there's 3 packages up. You got NBA, and you got hockey. $69.99. That's a steal. Go get it. The guy's on the leaderboard. gamblersworld.net. You see how everybody's doing. Matt Fargo, 6-1 run in NBA. He's got you covered. What else do you want? Playoff hockey at gamblersworld.net. Major League Baseball, gamblersworld.net. $279 for the NBA package. Like I'll keep saying, the 30-day package is the best bet for you, folks. It's all sports, and it's guaranteed to show you a profit or we credit you back. There you go. You want to give somebody a shot for 3 days? It's a good time to get on board with the playoffs in baseball. Recapping. Milwaukee Bucks +8. Detroit Pistons +5.5. Clippers -130. And a bonus play on the under 208.5 in that one. We don't have it scrolling because we just talked about it, but we all seem to like that one a lot as well. So there you go. I'm going to add it in. Bonus under 208.5. I wrote it down. Hopefully we sweep the board and go 4-0 today for Matt, Brian, and myself. Have a great Tuesday. Gents, we'll be back tomorrow doing more NBA. Good luck tonight in your place, fellas. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.